What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, RivasTalksSports. My name is John, and today we will be talking about the perfect Packers prospects in this upcoming draft. Cornerback edition, first round. Let's talk about the Packers defense last year. We were ranked 30th in the NFL in passing touchdowns allowed, ranked 29th in interceptions per game, and 28th in interceptions per game percentage. There is a lot of work that needs to be in our secondary, whether that's safety and cornerback. So let's talk about the potential first round picks that could fall in our lap, cornerbacks. Let's start off with Cooper DeJean, defensive back from Iowa. He is a jack of all trades player, chess piece defender who could play the slot, out wide, and safety. He comes in at 6'1", 210 pounds, and possesses rare combination of mass and length for a cornerback. He is a ball hawk with gap closing speed and tracks the ball really well, especially with his recovery speed. He could take it to the house as soon as he intercepts the ball, and he is great value on special teams as a punt returner. He has an elite 45.2 QBR rating when targeted, and he has very disciplined technique and short area mobility where he can move around on defense, whether it's working in the slot, working the boundaries, or in as a safety. He is a natural in zone defense and off man coverage due to his elite reactions and space management. He's very disciplined in man coverage, but he could be a bit delayed with his hip turning mobility. But I'm sure with Jeff Hafley coming in as a defensive back specialist, I'm sure that's something that he could definitely work with Cooper DeJean. And I also believe that he is the perfect fit for us at 25, just due to him just being a chess piece on defense. He is expected to run a 4.5 40. He may not be quick enough to track very fast receivers, so he may be a great fit as a safety due to his exceptional ball hawk and space management skills. I really believe that Jeff Hafley can really come in and teach him the proper technique and fundamentals if they're very adamant about him becoming a corner. But if we were to pick him with the 25th pick, I do see him being moved around as a safety or quarterback, and it's kind of like a 2-for-1 deal with Cooper DeJean, which is why I believe he is the perfect fit for us at the 25th pick. But overall, my draft projections for Cooper DeJean is top 25. But if he really does well at the NFL Combine, he can be in a top 20. So we may miss out on him, but you never know how the draft boards fall. So if he falls in at 25, I believe he is a great pick in the first round. Coming in at second, the cornerback is Quinyon Mitchell. He is a ball hawk cornerback who loves to disrupt wide receivers' routes, especially in press coverage. At the Senior Bowl, he really held his own 1-versus-1 against top tier receivers, which was a question that they had about him coming in. He did play at Toledo, so there was not a lot of high level receivers that he faced up against. But by him getting the Senior Bowl invitation and him opting out after having a great practice, he knows that he's a top 25 pick. So this is why I believe he'll be a great fit, since he really solidified himself in those Senior Bowl practices. He comes in at 6 foot, 195 pounds with an expected 4.3, 4.4 40-yard dash at the combine. He has an elite 44.3 QBR rating when targeted. He mostly works on the boundaries, but he does have experience working in the slot. I believe he could come in and give a challenge and give some competition to Carrington Valentine if we were to draft him, or come in as a slot, since we do need a pure slot help with Keshawn Nixon coming back, or he may not come back. So I believe he'll be a great fit with competition on the boundaries or coming in the slot and just possessing his great skills. He's had 14 pass breakups this season, and he has great route recognition, which allows him to react quickly when the ball is in flight. He does not shy away from tackling, in which he loves to make his presence known when engaging in physical activity on the field. He has elite ball skills, who has a natural instinct for the ball, and he ran a 4.3 twice for NFL scouts this past spring. He has great burst and great quickness. He can be a bit hesitant when fully trusting his instincts, which can leave him a bit vulnerable in coverage. Sorry about that. Vulnerable in coverage, but he is well versed playing zone and man. Although his technique and man coverage is a bit raw, I believe this is something that Jeff Hafley could definitely teach him, show him the ropes on how to be an exceptional press man coverage cornerback. The transition from Toledo to facing savvy NFL receivers can leave him exposed a bit just due to the level of competition, but I believe he could really hold his own with his reactiveness, his speed, and he has elite raw skills in which I believe he could come in and compete against top tier talent. But overall, I do have him in the 20 to 30 range in the first round. He did, he did blow the doors off at the Senior Bowl, so it's a matter of how high he can go. I believe he'll be there with the 25th pick, but with teams like the Rams and the Eagles, potentially the Jaguars, who are in need of a cornerback, they may pick him, but it's a matter of how high he goes. But he may be there for the 25th pick, in which I'll believe that if Cooper DeJean is not available and Quinyon Mitchell is available, I believe we should get Quinyon Mitchell. I believe he'll be a great pick for us. And then last but not least, Kool-Aid McIntry from Alabama. He is a cornerback who plays with a lot of swag, kind of like a mini Jair Alexander who possesses elite athleticism. And he's also a great communicator to ensure that his teammates are positioned correctly pre-snap. He comes in at 6'1", 195 pounds with an expected 4.5 40-yard dash. He has a QBR rating when targeted of 66.4, but he possesses great awareness who is constantly reading and reacting to the quarterback. He has impressive length to disrupt passes and routes with his long reach, and he's highly skilled in jamming the receivers and possesses quick feet to mirror receivers. Jeff Hafley is probably smiling right now just to hear that. I believe that Jeff Hafley really emphasizes length, jamming the wide receivers at the roots, and I believe Kool-Aid McIntry will be a great fit if you were to follow for us at the 25th pick. He is a very physical corner who loves to assert dominance through aggressive play during the routes that the wide receivers are running. He loves to play with a lot of swagger. Just imagine just Kool-Aid, Jair, and Carrington Valentine all getting to the receivers' heads. Those three will be great to watch because I can just see them just talking smack the whole entire game because all three of them have swagger, and there's nothing better than getting in the receivers' heads, just having them just ruin the routes and just drop the ball. So those three on the field would be fantastic. He's a great communicator. He played under the Nick Saban defense, and Nick Saban is literally one of the greatest coaches to ever coach in college football. So the fact that he played at Alabama and was a great communicator on that Nick Saban defense just shows value of how he is as a player. I believe you could get the most out of Kool-Aid by allowing him to be versatile. I believe you have him switch between working the boundaries or in the slot. I believe he'll do great just kind of just flip-flopping between the slot and the boundaries. He has an elite IQ on the field in which he is more like a defensive general. He has great ball skills with 16 pass deflections in SEC play, which is one of the elite conferences in college football. I believe he will need to work on his hand fighting and physicality to avoid penalties in the NFL. He tends to bite on fakes and misreads, which I believe he'll need to work on the red zone and play recognition, play patience. And he can also struggle against physical route runners, especially on sharp breaks on routes. But overall, he is a fantastic player. I do see Kool-Aid falling between the 15 to 25 range. If Cooper DeJean is taken, Quinyon Mitchell's taken, and Kool-Aid is just falling down the boards, he will be a great for us in the first round. But overall, these are my three best picks in the first round, quarterback additions, if they were to fall for us. Stay tuned for part two. I will drop their highlights in the description. But other than that, check you next time. Thank you.